So now, based on that thing from ChatGPT, what you say going to see sales trend over time. What are the seasons that you have high or low sales and stuff like that? Okay. So now, if you want to see look at our sales trend over time, so two things are important here: the sales, which is the numeric data, and the date. Okay. So of course, the right visual for this is a clustered column chart. So sometimes you can drag your column first, or you can select your column first if you are not sure what is the best visual. But even though sometimes Power BI will not give you the best visual, and other times you can select your column or the visualization if you are very sure that it's going to give you the best visual. So this is the problem that most new data analysts encountered, not knowing the right visual, and that's why I've sent materials on selecting the right visual on the group several times. Understand? So selling the right visual can go a long way in passing the right information across to your stakeholders. Okay. So to some extent, if you have been in the system for some time, it's not safe for you to now first select the visual and now drag the columns to their respective places. But whichever one works for you. So I've started with by selecting the column and change the visual. But now I'm going to select the visual. So for this trend analysis, cluster column chart is going to work. So I'm going to select cluster column charts. So this is my cluster column chart now. So you can see now on the feed pane, what is saying that we need an x-axis, a y-axis as list, then legend, this is optional, and small multiples also optional. But the most important thing you must fulfill is the x-axis and the y-axis. So x-axis are normally categorical variable, including dates. So y-axis are normally the numeric variables or integers, the numbers. Although there will be time that your x-axis can be numeric variable if you are dealing with cluster bar charts, right? But most of the time, X categorical, Y numeric. So because I want to do a sales trend over time. So I'm going to drag my order dates inside my x-axis. Just drag and drop here. Then I'm going to drag my total sales or profits or whatever numeric variable you are looking at. But yeah, we're going to look at the sales analysis over time. So I'm going to drag my total sales inside y-axis. So I'm going to end up with something like this. So now this makes sense. So I cannot quickly say I want to do the formatting. I'm going to be very fast with this. So each of the visualization that you selected, they have their separate way of formatting them. Like for card visual now, you only have two things: call out value and categorical label. But for a cluster column chart, there are a lot of them: x-axis, y-axis, grid line, etc. So these are just meant to make your information very insightful to the stakeholders. So the most important thing to me, of course, my x-axis, I want to make them to be bold. So I'm just going to come to values, increase them, all the years. Then I'm going to put it in bold. Then black is okay. You can change it to what color if you like. But I don't need the title. Of course, we already know these are years. But then I don't need this year. So I'm going to off the title of the x-axis. Okay. So I'm going to put this guy off. So I'm done with the x-axis. So for the y-axis now, I don't need this information because I'm going to put the data label. In fact, let me put the data label first. So if you scroll down a little, so these are all the formatting for this visual to make it nice, to make it as easy and straightforward as possible to the stakeholders. You understand? So I'm going to on the data label. You can see there are now numbers here. So I'm going to go into further formatting, right? So the values, of course, I need to increase the values. It's still kind of small. I don't think I even see it very well. Yeah, so it is. I think it's not visible now. So I want to bold it and I want to change the color. So if your colors is not there, you can give more colors. So I'm just going to run you through the formatting. So I'm going to select something reddish. Yeah, so I think I'm okay like this. However, not all of them are up to a million. So I want to change it to 1,000. This is auto by default. So you can change that to the display that you want. So I'm not going to say, you can even choose number. I need 1,000. So the 1,000 still have like 2 decimal places. Okay, so I don't need that. I don't need any decimal places. So you need to change that in, you can see value decimal places. So I'm going to reduce it to like nothing, to 0. Okay, so that's how I want to format it. So the y-axis here, I don't need them because our 2015, the value is $484,000. Same thing for the other ones too. So I'm going to put off this, y-axis. Like I said, you can leave them if you wanted. So I'm going to come here, go back to my y-axis. So this is my y-axis. So the only thing I don't need the title also. I don't need the values. So this is how I want it to be. So you can see. So then the title, total sales by year. So I'm going to get that on general. So you can rename this title if you wanted. But I think this title is just perfect. Under general, you see title here. You can see total sales. So if you want to rename this, you can just start by editing, but it's extremely good like this. So I'm just going to put it in the middle. Then I'm going to increase the font size. Then if you want to change the font type too, you can come here and change it to whatever font type that you want. Okay, I think this one always takes space. So let me go for another one here. Okay, total says by cover is nice. Total says by year. Although if you want to put it in background, I used to do this before, but I don't do it any longer. So you can put it like this, but I just like it to be plain white. Yes, I mean I want to make it good. Yeah. So then I need to like give it an effect. So if you want to change the background of that chart, you can do that. But I mean, I don't have any interest in doing that. So I'm really going to put it in white. So it's always good to put your thing in white. I mean, more professional, but that doesn't mean other colors too are not good. Visual border and shadow. So this is how I want my analysis to look like. So let me reduce it. So that's, I need to manage space. This is my total sales by year. If my stakeholder just want to see a yearly sales, so you can see that it's going forward. However, if they want it to be broken down to like quarter and months and even day, so you can go there. So I'm going to copy this, Control C, Control V. So I've pasted it now. So if I want it by year alone, I will just select this one. Then I will need to, so they call these guys hierarchies. You can see the hierarchy. It starts from year, quarter, month, day. So if I don't want it to go down by any kind of hierarchy, I will just clear everything. So I'm done with it. And I can see that those things are not there again. Unlike this one, that you should have all these other buttons here. So all these buttons are meant for you to drill down or drill through. Drill, then through. Just go down to whatever hierarchy that you want. Right. So if I want to go down to, like, let's say I want to see it on a quarterly basis, I will just click on here. You can see expand all down one level in the hierarchy. I'm just going to click on expand all down one level in the hierarchy. So here now I'm going to see the quarterly sales analysis. So you can see that there's a trend here. So every first quarter, that's where we are the lowest. Then it will rebound, it will continue. Q4 is the peak. Then it will regress or it will dip. Then it will rebound, it will continue, get to the highest, go down. So we are sure that every Q4 there's high revenue, and Q1 are when we don't have sales. So we can think about some financial obligation in every Q1 and Q2, right? So if you now want to go further by month, just click expand all down one level in the hierarchy. So this is on a monthly basis now. So you can see the analysis now. So yeah, we're able to know that. I think one thing I know that every November, probably when we have highest or the second or the highest in terms of revenue, every November. You can see this is 2015 now. It's like second to the highest. In 2016, November is the highest. In 2017, November is second to the highest. In 2018, October, let me stretch it further. See, November is the highest. It's either is the highest or the second. In fact, the highest in any month is in November 2018. You understand? So we know that okay, every November, of course, we are going to have money, so we can do a lot of projects. And I think every February is when we have the lowest or second to the lowest. February. So this is the seasonality that time job. What are the period that we used to have low sales? You always see trends and pattern in your data set, no matter what. There's always a seasonality going on. So ordinarily, although you may have an inkling of what's that going on, but without data, you will be able to beat your chest that yes, every November we are always having ISIS, and every February our sales is always low. So you can even drill down to this by let's say by day. You understand? So these are all by day now. So you can see, so this is, we call this an outlier. Outlier is something that seems abnormal, unusual. So what is happening here is that, okay, in a particular date, March 18, 2015, just one day, they sold 28,000. So you want to know what happened in this particular day. You understand? You see that we want a promo or we do something. You can see that no any other one come close. Everyone were all draft. If sometimes it might even be an error self. Maybe the person want to write 2,800 or something like whether I write 28,000. Understand? So but we want to get at this data spin. So that means there's something that happened on this particular day for him to so these are outliers. So let's go back up, bring it up. We are going back up. Understand? So now, based on this now, another best way to visualize this data is by using a line chart. You're going to do a trend. So line chart are used if you have a data set of a very long period of time and you want to see the trend. You understand? Where it goes up, the cyclical data, the highs and lows, the ebbs and flows. You understand? So you can use a line chart to do that. So I'm going to select line chart now. So you can see line charts. So we don't need to even use hand to do anything. That shows us that, okay, first quarter, not bad, second quarter, rise up and all of that. Okay. So now, the other thing we can also do from this line chart is that we can now select or we can do our average sales either on a quarterly basis, monthly basis, on a yearly basis, because that's like another most important thing. Maybe this month you sold like 10 million, the following month you sold like 8 million, the following month you sold like 15 million. So a manager actually, okay, on average, this is how much you are doing. Of course, average is just the total divided by the number of times. You understand? So you don't need to do that, manually. You can use the Power BI to do that for you. So that's what leads us to the further analysis here. You have not touched this guy. You have touched this one, which is the bid visual format of visual, and this is further analysis. So further analysis with line chart now, we can get our averages. We can get our maximum, our minimum. You can even get our trend. Is our sales going up or coming down, or is stagnant? Is our download going up, coming down? Is our visitation going up? Is our number of customers going, anything at all that is numerical? So I've selected this chart now. So I'm going to go to add further analysis to your visual. So you can see the first thing is the trend line. It's off by default. I'm going to put it on now. So you can see that it's saying that, okay, our sales is going up. So that means we are good. So there's also a minimum line. What is the minimum quarter? What is the minimum value we are having in a particular quarter? So probably January 2015. Then you can also have the maximum, which is like probably Q4 2018, like November or something. Understand? So you can also have your data labels too for your average or for your minimum or for your maximum. If the value are too many, then you can have your so this is average line. You just click on add line. So these are average sales. So if you want to get the actual number, you just come to data label, just put it on. That's 145,000 plus. That's our average on a quarterly basis. Okay, so I'm gonna put all these guys up it's just informational. The highest, the lowest, and the average. Okay, so that's how to get all those things. Now, the most important thing here that I want to focus on is the function called forecast. Okay, what's going to be our sales in like next 3, 4, 5 quarters, so that we can plan ahead, or we can do one or two things. We can make some decision. So you can do for that. That's the where predictive analytics comes in. Although it may not be accurate, but at least you have an idea of what is going on or what's about to go on in your analysis. Right. So I'm going to come to still on the add further analysis. Just code down. You will see, you can even get the percentile, median line errors. You can see forecast here. So I just put it on. So you can see now that's giving us for the next 10 quarters, and which you can actually change if you want it for more or for less. So you can see the forecast length is 10, not the last. So it has seasonality. Of course, from here, from even the data, so we know that every Q4 is always high and every Q1 is always low. This is a Q1, 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 Q. This is for 10 quarters. Okay, so this is the upper region. Highest, you can't get more than this. While this is the lower region. Worst case, you can't get less than this. So this is the main, this thing, the main forecast. Okay, so you can reduce it to like, let's say, I'm going to like, let's say I want to use like 6 forecasts, 6 quarter forecast. You understand? So that's how we go about that. So you can see our total sales by year and quarter, then forecast too, if you wanted. So that's line chart. So line chart is extremely important. If you have a very long period of data, let's say price of crude oil from 1950 to 2023. So they are going to ask you, okay, what is the best visualization to analyze sales of crude oil, price of crude oil from one period to the other? The best is to use a line chart. Okay, so that's that kind of visualization. So we are going to be exploring some of these visualizations today. So another visualization that is popular is also the pie chart or the donut chart. So pie chart or donut chart are used if you have like it just to show a part of a whole, and for a variable that have lesser values, not for variable that have too many values. It's going to be too messy. So knowing the right visual will also help you, and that's one of the things that call Microsoft score people on data analysis. So let's say we want to check the profit by category now. So the best is for us to use a pie chart or a donut chart. So I'm going to copy and paste this because I need the formatting. So I'm going to I don't need the year, I don't need the sales. So what I needed is the total profits. So I'm going to select my my donut. I prefer donut to pie. So you can see other donuts. I have legend, then I have values. I also have details. But this one or two are the major one, are the composing one. The other ones are optional. So mind you, all this thing that we are doing, you can format it the way you want to. This is just my own preference. For instance, now these colors now, if you don't like these colors, I mean, you can change them by coming to this formatter. So this formatter visual will give you all the liberty to put all these things in whatever way you want to put it. So this is the columns now. You can see it's all. If you want to change the color, you can change it to this guy. You can see everything change, right? And if you want to even change, so I mean, I've worked with somebody that say you just want different colors for each bar. You can come, you can see apply settings to all. So if you want to change to 2015 one, you want 2015 one to have a certain color like this, you can change it. If you want 2017 to have a different color, you can change it like this. You understand? So you can give it any kind of, you can just format it any way you want. So now, what we want to do here, based on what ChatGPT told us also, is that we want to know the profits, and we want to know which category is giving us the best profits. Okay, so I've selected this particular visual. You can see that because I've not added any data to it. The format of visual is nothing. I have data to visual to start formatting. So I'm going to come here to the visual. So I have legend, I have values. So on the values now, I'm going to drag my total profit inside my values. Then on the legend, because I want to look at the category. Don't forget, we have furniture, office supply, and technology. So I'm going to drag my category inside my legend. You understand now? So you can see that we now have a nice, visualization. So we can see that from here now, technology contributed probably more than half of the whole profits, which is like 50.79, followed by office supply, which contributed like 42.7, and the last one, which is furniture, contributed just 6.455. So again, this one to add its own formatting if you wanted. So what I can format is that, so I will just put this category on top. Is on my right hand side. Right hand side. So I'm just going to come here. I'm going to select my legend. You can see center right. So I'm just going to, so you can choose anywhere you want me to be. So I want it to be top center. Yeah, so I have this. Then you can now, increase the text how you want it to. The goal is that you want it to be very clear. And I don't think I need this category because I mean people already know this category. So I just need to look it. So today now technology is blue, office supply is this dark blue, and furniture is this. Again, you can change the color if you want it. So I'm just going to off my category title. So I put it off. Then you can now make it bigger for people to see and make it bigger. So you can put it any way that you wanted. All right. So that's what you have it. So let's look at this now. Total sales by year. So let's say we want to look at sales and profits now, for instance. So, however, this is a clustered column chart, right? So, if you recall, I was saying something about, okay, these are all the things that you can add it to this particular chart. So, there's a opportunity for legend here. So, let's say in 2015, we sold $484,000 worth of products like that, like that. So, let's say, okay, which one come from different, segments? In 2015, which one do you show the highest? Is it what's it called? Is it from consumer, from home office, or corporates? That's the breakdown. That's what this legend is meant to do. So we are going to come here now under the segment. We are going to drag the segment inside your legend. So I'm going to put it here. So you can see now that that's giving us a different perspective to it. So we now have this visualization. Now let me put it, you can put it in focus mode here. So 20, so I think for the whole of the year, consumer is always getting the highest, followed by corporate, then followed by home office. You understand? So this is for clustered column chart. However, there's another chart called stacked column chart. Stack is just going to put them on top of each other. Okay. So and there will be time that you use clustered and the time you use stack. If I copy and paste now, so I can now put, so if I want to use stack now, I just select stack here. This is stack column charts. So you can see what stack does now. So you can see that it's give them 2015. You just put them on top of each other. So if you have a very audience that is not data savvy or that doesn't understand chart very well, yes, clustered column is going to work. You can say, of course, people will choose 2015. This is highest, like it's easy and straightforward. However, for someone like me, and if I have my type of people as my stakeholders, as my audience, I will go for clustered. And I will tell you the reason. Okay. So if you look at stack now, you will see that for each year, yeah, we have the breakdown by segments, but can we easily say the total? What is the overall total in 2015? What's the overall total in 2016? Except want to be manually calculating, it doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
You understand? However, for a stacked column charts, you can actually get, okay, you have gotten the breakdown, which is the same thing anyway. You can actually get, the total. In fact, you can see that there's no much difference between this 2015 and 2016, where in fact, 2015 is more than 2016, probably by maybe few thousands or even hundreds. But in clustered, it will be kind of difficult for you to know, right? Because 90 is 75, 1 to 2. So, but with this stack, we can have the total values. So if I come to this format of visual here, so there's another so we have two kind of label here. We have the data label and the total label, which is for stacked. But for cluster, we only have the data label. We don't have the total label. So if I click on stack now, I can now toggle on the total label, which is this guy. So with this now, I can now say that okay, 2015 484 20. If the total doesn't mean anything to you, I mean, you may decided not to go for a stacked column and go for a cluster column. But if the total means something to you, then you might want to consider going for a stacked column. So okay, let me just move it and leave to what you wanted. So now those are the things that we are going to be exploring all the charts and where you need to use them the most. So now, then so the next thing is we have done line chart now. So the next thing is area chart. However, for this stacked bar chart and clustered bar chart, you are just substituting it. So these are in horizontal. So and this is, don't forget, this is stacked bar, this is stacked column chart. If you want a stacked bar chart, so if you want a clustered bar chart, it's just going to change it to bar. You just put it in horizontal. That's what it means. It's still the same thing. But of course, you don't want to represent your data here, because the year is always from left to right and it progresses like that. So you don't want to do that in this place. And if you want to use for stack bar chart, so anywhere you see bar is moving from top to bottom, like it's moving vertically. So if I click on this, stack bar chart, this is what I'm gonna get. So now, if you want to have this one now, so we just want to run through all the visualization and how you need to. So we have done line. So this is area chart now. So if I select area chart now, this is what it's going to give us, right? So if I let me even use more date information. So I'm going to select other dates. So I use area chart a lot. It's useful if you have many segments and you want to show them how they evolve against each other. Does this mean when this is going up, this is going down, or when it, or like you are looking for correlation or pattern between two or more values in a variable? So when we look at, okay, how is consumer, corporate, and home office sales, or even their profits, how are they faring? Let's even select their profit. Don't forget we have selected area charts here. So I'm going to select total profit on my y-axis, and I'm going to select date on my x-axis. Where's my other area? I'm going to select date on my x-axis. So I'm going to reduce it by quarter. Yes, so this is what I want to achieve now. So if I click on this focus point, so you can see the interplay now. So initially, even home office used to be greater than corporate, but corporate took it in terms of profit. Now look at this place now. Corporate gives us the highest in terms of revenue. However, if you look here now, you see that consumer is always giving us highest in terms of sales. But in terms of profit, it has shown that, yes, we may not get much, turnover from corporate, but we are getting a greater profit from them, especially in every quarter. And this may be explainable, it might make sense probably because in every quarter, Q4 rather, that's when they do their end of the year, whatever, and all of that. So we can just, anytime we are going to the, Q4, we should focus more on marketing, corporate guys. You can see them now. But something happened here. You can see from here now, Q4, unfortunately, consumer got the highest in Q4 2018 in terms of, mind, this is in terms of profits, but all this while it used to be corporate. I think it's in 2016 and 2017. That's when you have corporate giving us the highest profits. 2015 was consumer. You understand? This is Q3 consumer before this guy take over. So these are the insight that we can look at for here using area charts. Okay, so if you want to use so now the next one is stack area chart. It's just similar. So now the difference here is that area chart, everything is from 0.0 and you can go down to 0.0. But for stack, it's going to be after one value. Maybe after consumer, it will bid it on it. It will bid corporate on it. After corporate, it will bid home office on it. You understand? So that's the difference between, area chart and stack area chart. So you can see stack area chart now. You can see that none of them is in 0.0. It's just on top of each other. After one, bid the other one. So there'll be time that okay, when this guy is here, this is just the profit for this guy. You understand? So that's different. But I think that I prefer area chart because they can cut across each other. When one is going up, one can come down, etc. Okay. So now the one in that group is also ribbon chart. So if I click on ribbon chart now, so I think I love ribbon charts too the most. Ribbon chart, it looks nice, looks appealing, and all of that. You understand? It's just showing you the movements, etc. in ribbon package. Okay, so that's that about that. So look at another one now called line and clustered column charts. So this line and clustered column chart is useful if you are dealing with two numeric variables and one categorical variables. So maybe you want to look at subcategories by their sales and by their profits. You understand? So if I copy this, let me copy and paste this guy now. Before we now quickly go to filter, I will call it a day. You understand? So if I select line and stack column charts, so let me select this one now. This is line and stack. So you can see that we have the x-axis here, which is the year. In fact, let me remove the year. So let me now put subcategory inside here. So subcategory is on my x-axis. Okay. So you can see, let me remove my total profits now. So my first column y-axis is going to be, my total sales. Just give me also, these are all their sales. You understand? Let me reduce this guy. So let me put it in focus mode. So these are all their sales. Phone, chairs, of course, phone have the highest, blah, 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 by corporate and all of that. How they say that. So I have another one now, which is line y-axis. So we want to have another y. So we are going to have two y-axis. The first one here is going to be the sales, which we have done here. Total sales, column y-axis. Then the second one, line y-axis, is going to be here. So we're going to put another numeric variable, which is going to be profits. So I'm going to drive my profit inside line y-axis. So you can see now what is telling us that. So now, yes, tables is one of our top, subcategory, like number 4 in terms of sales, but we are running at a loss on tables. With the help of this line y-axis, it helps us to give us this. You understand? So look at this now. Bookcases too is a loss. Supplies is a loss. So the line is like the profits. Although I don't think this is a better visualization. Line is basically good if you are dealing with time series, but this gives us better explanation of the line and stack column y-axis. So I think to make sense if you remove the segment on the column legend. So you can see now it gives us more information. If you have two numeric variables and you want to see their interplay, the goal here is that we have gotten their total sales by category. We want to see if they are actually making profit or not, despite the fact that they are making sales. So now, in a way, the one with the highest profit is copiers. But copiers, in terms of sale, is not even our top 5. It's probably in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's even in top 8. So we might probably want to ramp up the production of copiers because we are very sure that we are going to get a lot of profit from it. So that is what that is all about. Okay, so now let's quickly go into the concept of featuring before we now call it a day. So let's say when we look at our top, top sales, top customer, we want to do customer analysis based on what ChatGPT told us. We'll look at our top customers and our bottom customers. We'll look at our top 10 customers. So what we are going to do is that we are going to drag in our sales. So two information are important here, our sales and our customer name. So yeah, now just want to look, we want to know their names. You understand? So I'm not going to, so I'm going to remove all these guys. So I'm going to drag my top sales inside. Now, because I'm going to be dealing with, okay, let me drop it here first. Sales inside my y-axis. I don't need my legend. Then I'm going to drag my customer name because we actually want to get their name. Customer name. So in my x-axis. So what I needed is, I needed this guy. So this is it now. But for this kind of analysis, I will probably prefer a bar charts. Yes, you can see. So if you want to rank things from highest to smallest, it's good to use your bar charts. So you can see Shamila, Tamara, Raymond, Tom. These are our costs. So these are all the, so you can see that we have like many customers, like 500 and 793 customers. So we don't need all this. We just need our top 10 customers. So that's where lead us to the concept of featuring. So we have different kind of featuring. So we have filter on this visual. If I select this visual now, we have filter on this visual. So I'm only featuring on this one that I selected. We have filter on this page. So it's on this page. Let's say if I want only furniture category information, I can just drop filter for subcategory alone. Then we have filter on all pages. So you can have as many pages as possible, just tell them. So now, filter on this visual, what to do? So customer name. So the first type is basic. Let's say you just need certain people. Let's say Aaron, Adam, Adrian. If you just need these people, that's basic one, right? So the top N is the one that we needed, which is top 10 or top whatever. Just type your 10 here. Now, it's not done no, by what? You can see by value. So you need to drag by what value you need your top 10. Of course, we need our top 10 by sales. Who are the people that is giving us the highest in terms of sales? Not necessarily profits. So just come here now. You drag your total sales inside your value. You can see that you cannot click on apply filter. So these are our top 10 customers. Shamila, Tamara, etc. Understand? So that is how to get that. So if we now want to get the last one is the advanced one. Let's say you want all the people that contains, let's say Adam. You filter everywhere that contains Adam for us. You understand? So just for these are like wild card that starts with, doesn't start with, begins with. If you have a lot of values and you're looking for a certain group of people, that's why you use the advanced one. Okay, so let's go back to our top N, which is top 10 by total sales. Drag your total sales inside your value, apply filter. That's it. So these are the things that they normally ask us to do. Who are our top 5 customers in a whole year? Who are our top 10 customers? But sometimes they actually do, okay, I need you to give me all the customers that did above certain number. But let's say we're looking at customer that did 15,000 and above. You understand? So let me copy and paste this. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So I'm still going to select my filter on this visual because that's actually what we needed. But this time around, I'm not going to use the customer name column or variable. What I needed is the total sale variable. You understand? So I'm going to select my total sale. You see the options now. Less than, greater than, less than, equals to, depend on what you want to achieve. So I only need all the customer that did more than 50,000. So I think is greater than or equals to, just type your value here, 15000. Then click on apply filter. So we only have 3 customers that did 15,000 and above. So that's how you do your work. So filters are extremely important, whether it's a numeric variable or a categorical variable. So once you are now done, don't forget you always want to save your work. Although you can publish your work anyway, but let's stop here by saving. So I'm just going to click on file. Okay, let me just save. Okay, that's saved. So I'm just going to save it here. Mr. Ade,
Tunji.
yeah, Mr. Ade Tunji, thank you, sir. Mr. Ade Tunji visualization. So although you can even see try what you have done so far, I mean, it's going to help you to, yeah. So I'm going to save this here now. So the next class we are going to focus. So we are going to talk about all the other ones that we have not done. What is visual and when you need to use them or the usefulness of them. Then we publish the work and go to Power BI service. So the Power BI service will require you to have a Power BI Pro account or a Microsoft 365 account, or if you can have a developer account,